Been on your social media, I've lied, there is one more, how could I forget? You've been on your social media and it's melted for good and bad reasons, and the majority of them are bad, and it's KSI, Logan Paul, who are going to sign a pro deal to box as professionals with Matchroom, headlining in Los Angeles. Do you understand the criticism, and can you explain why you're involved in it?
Oh, look, if a day passed where I didn't get criticised, I'd be worried that I'd stop breathing. So with KSI and Logan Paul, it's really quite simple. The first fight come around and I thought, what is this? You know, two YouTubers, I mean, I'm 40, like who are these YouTubers? So you do your research, you find out they're not just YouTubers, they have possibly the biggest following of any, forget YouTubers, sports stars, rock stars, everything. They hire out the Manchester Arena. I start laughing. How embarrassing is this going to be for these guys? 20,000 sold out instantly. We had a show the same night, right? I think we was in the copper box. I think we had 5,000. And then I watched the press conferences. I saw thousands of people turning up to the press conferences. I saw York Hall having to shut down because they couldn't fit any more people in for the London press conference. Then it's on pay-per-view. And I'm thinking, that pay-per-view, what's this? It's going to be a disaster. Does 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. And you know what? The fight was pretty good. You know, two guys in great shape who had trained hard for this fight. The digital world, the social world stopped and watched this event. They came to me after the fight and said, we want you to do the rematch. I've been thinking about it for months and months and months, and meetings and meetings, and knowing the stick that I'm going to get. So there were a few simple rules that I wanted to get in place. Number one, this isn't a novelty event. You want to do this, you do this properly. You turn professional, you follow the code of everybody else. Everybody's got a right to turn professional. You could do it, I could do it. Doesn't mean you're going to win fights, but you train and the commission will allow you to pass your full medicals, your scans, just like every other person. Get those head guards off. You want to fight, this is a real fight, and we're down to 10-ounce gloves. Because now, you know, you enter the danger zone of professional boxing. Not a gimmick of two guys on YouTube in head guards with big gloves. No, this is a real fight. On the undercard, we want World Championship boxing. We don't want other YouTubers and celebrities. No, this is a chance for boxing to bring in new fans. And if we're going to bring them in, we need to show them the greatness of our sport. So that's the reason behind that. And I just couldn't ignore it. You know, I know the stick that come particularly from short-sighted people who can't grasp the fact that there's another world out there. These individuals are heroes, are role models, good for right or wrong reasons. You might like that, you might not. They are. Kids coming through, the younger generation, go crazy about these guys. For the next few months, they're going to be talking boxing, boxing, boxing. There's going to be 20,000 people sold out at the Staples Center. There's going to be millions of people watching around the world on Sky, on DAZN, everywhere. So bring them in. The boxing's of a good level. A good level, these guys can fight. Let them watch the great young fighters on the undercard. Let them watch great World Championship boxing. Bring that massive audience into the sport. Make them stick. They won't all stick, but some will. And that will grow the sport. We have to open our minds and not be narrow-minded and just say, no, this is our sport. We don't let anybody else in. This is the rules and conduct. If these guys want to follow the true conduct of sport and boxing and take the risks that fighters take, which they will do with these new rules, let's do it. It's going to be wild, crazy. It's going to blow the sport of boxing up. And we're behind it. Love it or hate it, we're not going anywhere.